We're starting now.
Yep. Let me know when you want me to introduce.
Now. We
No!
have been unmuted. Yeah, we're unmuted. Didn't you know?
Oh my god. Okay, sorry.
Just in
Hello
time.
everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Abstraction Cup. Today we are with Girls Last Tour and Carne Asada. Looking at the lineups of these players, you know you're in for a treat with this matchup. So stay back, relax, and in the commentary booth, which will be accompanying your watch, is going to be Nightkore. Joining me is going to be Adam Yuuki, also known as Adam Attville. How you doing?
Hello, everybody, on this fine time. It's currently 5 in the morning for me. But as usual, me being me, having the world's worst sleep schedule, is commentating. But like Nightkore said, we have Girls Last Tour versus La Carne Asada on round of 32. So how do I put this? This is going to be pretty close in my book, since you see the seeding differences 5 and 28. And we have Tevelkin and Dev on seed 28, so that doesn't say anything why they should be there. Same with Muka and Otens on Girls Last Tour. In my opinion, this is going to be really close. And who wrote a 98? Who just wrote a 98 earlier?
Was that Tevelkin?
That was Tevelkin. Wow, winning the roll by a mile.
I think these players need no explanation. But well, what the heck? Since some of you might be there, you definitely know Michi, one of the great. Like even then, like 4 of these players are some of the greatest players that 4Key has ever seen. Michi, Dev, Tevelkin, and hold on. I haven't actually heard of Atlas much, but I have seen their scores and they are also really impressive. So I'm not really too sure. Do you have anything to say on these players?
Well, nothing really much to say on Mayuka, also known as Muchi, with the username now. They are, if not the best, one of the best tournament players of all time, winning multiple single 1v1 tournaments and even getting podiums on multiple of them, even though their skill set is not favored towards their likings. And for Otens is a really well-known, in my opinion, for 7Key player from Argentina. I hope I got the country correct. So them playing 7Key kind of transition a skill seeding to 4Key a little bit. That's the reason, despite all that's happened for Otens and whatnot, the team is still able to hit seed 5. On the other side, we have Tevelkin and Dev. Now, Tevelkin, I feel like it's a new name, despite suddenly popping off. So Tevelkin is a Rice player just like Dev. That's about it. That's as far of a range as I know on how good Tevelkin is, who's insanely good at the Rice section, while not too much of a performance I've seen on the long note as of now.
Yep.
Tevelkin elementary is banned.
Protected. Okay, so we're in the protected ban phase. Looking at the scores from the previous weeks, I can definitely see this being a Rice versus Ellen matchup. Like looking at La Carne Asada, seed 5, 2, and 3 on the Rice respectively, but kind of more fairly average scores when it comes to the long notes, hybrid, and tiebreaker from the qualifiers. So I think kind of more well-roundedness. I think Girls Last Tour definitely has an upper hand, but La Carne Asada definitely has that greater advantage maybe when it does come to some more the physical picks.
Yeah, but La Carne, without hesitation, instantly went with the most questionable song of this entire map pool, Rise 6. The anchor-heavy tech map at the beginning is what I would like to call it.
Oh boy. This is an interesting map. Like,
it is very interesting.
Like, you know how most rhythm games tell you to follow the rhythm?
This throws it out of the window. There's no rhythm to follow here.
This song is the rhythm. Like, you just have to follow, like, you just have to follow your gut, essentially. That's all I'll say. Like, this is definitely it's definitely one of the most frowned upon maps, as in like it's like we have seen it banned quite a lot. But Carne Asada decided to protect this, which I do believe.
I
Those
mean,
makes
this beginning is very anchor heavy, and just these snappings in general is not easy to hit, even if you're, for example, a top player. I'm gonna ignore what's on my screen as of now as we reach the 400 combo mark. Both players still holding respectable accuracy close to each other, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Dev kind of hitting a small bit on the layer side, but I think combo is going to matter a lot in this map. But even knowing that like both players are accuracy powerhouses as well, like even a 200 on the side of Yuuki could turn things back towards over Dev, especially as the map gets a bit more heavier on some of those free column anchors. Well, not anchors, more kind of like drills and some broken flams as well. This is where the map starts to shine a lot. And as we get into our break, it is by quite a thin margin on the side of Yuuki right now. But as we get into the back half, where we're seeing a lot more of the broken jump stream aspects, and a lot more of those flams and anchors, it's definitely not over yet.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the best way I can describe this map, both song-wise and map-wise, is throw what you know about music theory out the window and hit to whatever noise it's making with the most weirdest snap ever. Dev finding the first miss as we are entering the last quarter. That's gonna put a dent into their score lead. Well, not really. It's leading towards Milka in the first place, but that's gonna widen the gap towards Milka ever so slightly more, going up to 10,000 points slightly so higher as we are getting back up to the combo cap for Dev.
I think, unfortunately, just due to the nature of this map and due to how consistent Mewtwo's been, I think Mewtwo's just running a victory lap around Dev now when we head into the final area where the trills are still going to be a bit more rampant. The map is going to become more absurd, and unless Mewtwo has a giant falter at the ending, I think it's safe to say that Girls Last Tour are going to be snagging their first breakpoint.
Yeah, very early breakpoint as well, and really, really good score from Miyuka, winning against Dev and getting their first breakpoint. 10,000 score of difference. Miyuka having a V1 double S with a good ratio. There's no other words to say other than good ratio. Because I don't want to acknowledge that these ratios are absolutely disgusting on these kinds of map.
These players are World Cup contenders and podium, and I guess podium winners as well in their own regards. Like as you said, like them getting, well, a score that definitely exists.
It just exists. You can definitely see all their scores on multiple leaderboard maps. There's too many to even count what leaderboard they're on. Let's just say they are on a lot. And if I'm not wrong, all of these players has played in the Mania World Cup before. Otens in particular has played, I think, played in 7 key. I'm not sure. I didn't do too much research on Otens myself, other than they're insanely cracked at 7 key. But for Dev and Miyuka at least, they have played in Mania World Cup and even played podium on Mania World Cup itself. Tevelkin is a new name, but just the fact that he's able to emit an aura already shows how scary of a player he is.
Absolutely. And now we're going to be kicking into Girls Last Tour's first pick. We're going to be jumping into LN1, which, safe to say, like from earlier as I did predict in the picks, is going to be more of that Rice versus Stella matchup. Yuuki actually finding an early drop. So this could get some leeway to Tevelkin, but with a shaky intro of a couple of 200s, will Yuuki be able to make a comeback? Like, both players haven't reached the 400 combo count yet, so an early miss doesn't really spell doom for Girls Last Tour. But just knowing the nature of this map, anything can still happen.
Yeah, but the fact that the drop was before the 400 combo mark, it's not gonna be as big of a score gap as one might think. It's still possible for Tevelkin to find a drop or accuracy drop comparable to Miedo. As we see, the accuracy lead is favoring Miedo now. Score lead is slowly shrinking, actually, down to 1,500 ever so slightly. Tevokin finding more accuracy drop, more 200 count, down to 99.59% now, while Miedo is just capitalizing on their long look capability, climbing up their accuracy all the way to almost 99.80% now, due to, despite the shaky beginning they had with a miss.
And there we are, Girls Blast Tour is going to be closing the gap in as these releases start to get a bit more heavy. Again, it's not only just coordination you do have to focus on this map. While it is the central stage of LN1, you also do have some mini density bursts and some short LNs as well to, I would say, micromanage. But I think as long as Tevokin is holding on to their combo, even though dropping a great there, I think there is still room for them to make a comeback.
Yeah, the score lead has swung completely back to Miedo now, but ever so slightly though. It's just barely keeping up on the 1,000 points of difference. This map is 2 minutes and 39 seconds long as well. As we are entering the last quarter, we have the Fallen Symphony pattern where both players find any singular accuracy drop or even a combo break from Fallen Symphony pattern. Both of them still holding really, really well. No accuracy drop from the likes of it. Tevokin actually bringing back up their accuracy now, 6.64%, as we are done with the Fallen Symphony pattern. Nothing else. It's just small long note anchors at this point.
And actually, as I'm saying that, like, this might be even the trickiest to kind of hold on with dexterity. Tevokin actually finding a few 200s, but outside of that, both these players are really consistent on kind of more the trickier areas where you have to hold on to your fingers. But it's still not enough for Tevokin to make that comeback, as Yuuki is going to be snagging that victory after that.
992. Even with the early miss, it's still a mid 992k. The score is so stupid to look at. Look at the two bats. It's not even a miss. That makes it worse. But the ratio difference between Tevokin and Miedo is very, very big, as we can see. 300 counts of difference. And actually, if Miedo didn't miss or get any breaks at the beginning, it would have been another V1SS.
That is insanely impressive on the side of Yuuki. Even Tevokin as well, getting a 4200 FC is actually still a pretty nice score in its own regard as well. Now, here's what's going to interest me. So, the Carne Asada have their next pick. The question is, do they want to try force Yuuki out for their last pick on a maybe lighter physical pick? And then maybe try test out... Do they want to test out Honest's physicality by going for the second most
actually.
Physical pick? Rice 1. You know what? I think that definitely is one of the more lesser physical Rice picks. Even though all these picks you could say are pretty damn physical.
Yeah, for, well, us normal players, this is already very physical on our end. To be fair, this tournament is just on high crack that they decided to make this MWC +1, and after semis it's gonna be twice as hard as the Mania World Cup, calling it +2. So, semi-finals map pool is going to be grand finals map pool for Mania World Cup. I don't know. Don't ask me why Epic Man decides this. He really wants to have Pitchfork on their head. But without further ado, we will be getting onto the third map, Miedo's last map as well, before they are forced to switch out to their teammate Otenst.
I was maybe thinking this might have been more of a strategic pick, maybe to try get Miedo out for the next pick. But yet again, after this, it will be Girls Last Tour's turn to pick. So maybe they'll go for something that's in Honest's strength.
Maybe, yeah, but at the beginning, both of these players, why are you holding 99.99? Why?
Just gotta play the human metronome at this point.
Do I need to put up a clock with the metronome going left and right to see to see if any of these will miss?
It's tied. How long was that tied for, bro?
It's still tied. It's still tied.
Oh, wait. Actually, Dev has a slight advantage. Okay, here we go. Into the map. As you can see, it's mostly just kind of your jump stream with some of those 1-6 patterns. So around 255 jump stream-esque, but oh my lord, there is like There is just very little 300s being dropped in this.
What can
Okay.
we even say about this?
I mean, hey,
Dude!
one great is like GG in this scenario. Like you could definitely see now why Dev was one of the main factors that brought the USA to victory in the previous NWC. Like their race accuracy as well, alongside Yuuki, is just out of this world essentially.
Both of these players still holding a 99.98% going into the second half. I kid you not, this map should be Mania World Cup round of 16 borderline, almost into quarterfinals difficulty, yet these players are just doing it like it's nothing? 99.98 throughout the entire map, while it's basically tight still. We don't know who has the lead. Sure, Dev may have the minuscule lead by the score lead we have at the bottom, but that doesn't say anything if they continue to have the same accuracy. Finally, Milka has a digit difference, but still, anything can happen as we enter the last quarter.
I think it'll have to come down to nerves because the final Ki is essentially the same as the first Ki. So even then, like okay, Dev ties back down to Mewtwo's accuracy.
It's tied again. It's just
even
tied.
Just a rush of 300s at this point is just gonna okay. Mewtwo's back in the lead again. Okay, getting a few more jumps, getting a few more mini anchors. It's just gonna come down to the ending burst.
It's
Where
just
will it
literally
come
coming down to ratio on which one of these players can hold out best. As we are entering the end of the map, it can go anyone's way. Who's going to be? It seems to be Milka, 99.98%. I think it's just barely enough. 324 points of difference on Rise 1.
The fact that was almost a two-way 999 is absolutely
Oh my
absurd.
god.
Oh my, I'm like, I don't even know what to say in this scenario. Like 64 and 69 unstable rate. That's something you see in Core Jack. Like that's just something you see in Core Jack instead. Like that is
This is the speed pick.
16 perfect difference.
No one should be able to get that amount of 300 on a speed pick. If it's a jack pick, understandably so why. But speed of all skill set where ratio is the hardest with tech? Nah, something's wrong with you. Something's actually wrong with you.
Exactly.
But Ghost Last Word has 3 points up their lead now with Otens forcefully coming in due to Milka playing 3 times in a row. And has they chosen... I think Ghost Last Word has chosen Trinity Force already, if I'm not wrong. We just have to wait for either Dev or Tevokin to come back into play against Otens on Trinity Force.
Otens are scared them both away. That's my prediction. Now, I'm only kidding. Okay. I don't think Trinity Force was picked. Also, I'm so sorry, but I forgot to pick. I was eating my ice cream. So I looked away and I forgot.
No.
What was picked.
That's the least important one. The most important question is what flavored ice cream?
It's a Ben and Jerry's and it's cookie dough.
You know what? Fair. It's a good flavor. I'll take it. But Tevokin's
Alright.
coming back in now.
Here
Yeah,
we
it
go.
is Trinity Force.
I know I shouldn't be asking this question as a commentator. But what map is Trinity Force again? Is this hybrid or is it rice? Okay, I'm seeing an LN. Is this hybrid free?
Let me quickly check. So this is hybrid 3. Yes, it's going to be the tech-based hybrid in this case. So it will be Otens against Tevokin. Otens having a slight accuracy drop compared to Tevokin, having a 0.1% of difference, but still, it's 99.71 against 99.88 at the very beginning. So nothing is still set in stone. But there is a slight margin towards Tevokin as we slowly go into the build-up.
Alright, here we go. You saw some of the LN trills, you're seeing some of the mini jacks at 180 BPM, but here we go, heading in with the mini roll burst. here we are. A lot of shields just trying to come in and slaughter players. Few rates dropped on the side of Atlas, but Tevlikin is still following really well at that 99.87. I do believe they said from their previous play that they weren't really warmed up, and Honest is finding a couple of those 200s here and there, accompanied by some of those LN releases as well. It's not really an easy map to kind of hold your accuracy onto.
Yeah, to be fair, none of these maps should be able to comfortably act, to say the least. It's just these players are too good. We may have made the map pool too easy. So next time we're just gonna make it harder and make every single player suffer. Even though you are not a top player, we'll still make you suffer.
Yes. Like that's a fun tournament. It's like a gladiator, you know. We make you suffer for entertainment. And those trills are like the lions. Honest does find a few 200s on the trill. Might not be really too comfortable with this map, but still holding on to a really good score regardless. But Tevlikin, 99.83 on this absolute slaughterhouse of this map. All those midi jacks, all those shields. Again, it's still kind of copying the first Ki bit, but having more of the difficulty in a lot of those anchors and just how consistent you have to be. It's definitely not easy to hold on at all. We still have a quarter left of the map, so anything can still happen. Both players still holding on to the full combo. Will nerves get the best of them, or will both these players strike? But Tevlikin, as I say that, finds a draw. Though it was pretty clean. Will Atlas cap off?
Yeah, the accuracy difference did shrink a tiny bit. O10's still holding the full combo, but they really need to hold onto their accuracy or even build it back up, while Tevlikin has to hold onto their combo from now on. If they find another drop, it's gonna swing the score lead back down to even 1000 or fully towards back into Go's last tour as we enter the last bit of the map. I don't think any of these players will find any more drops on the easy section of the map, a few more speed section and roads, but that's about it. O10's, despite full comboing, their accuracy was just not enough to combat against Tevlikin's monster accuracy despite the miss, securing La Carne Asada, the first point of the match.
Preventing the sweep, of course.
The ratio difference, jeez.
Yeah, the accuracy, like the 200 and 300 count, is significantly more noticeable on the side of Tevlikin compared to Atlas, despite holding on to a very impressive full combo in 99.46. Against Tevlikin, it just wasn't really enough, sadly. Even with an extra miss, even if the miss was, even if there was another second clean miss, maybe it would have brought things back over towards Girls' last tour. I also do apologize maybe for that casting curse, but you know, it makes stuff more entertaining, I guess. Okay, it was hybrid free. That was it. I got it. I was like, okay, it's not hybrid 1.
Maybe another long note. Maybe. So, judging from the maps available, I'm thinking they may go for Ghost last tour. Maybe if they want to capitalize on ratio, even though death is available, they may go for Wowaka's unknown. Is that no? Unhappy refrain. There we go. Japanese 101. They may go for Rise 2. Yeah, Rise 2 it is. Unhappy refrain.
Oh dear God.
This is literally just ratio battle.
Oh dear God. This is essentially our core jack. This is essentially our core. Like, we don't have a core jack pick. This is essentially going to be our core jack pick.
Alright, place your bets, people. Who do you think is going to... Well, it's either one of these players able to get under 2300 counts or anything crazy. Place your bets on how much 300 counts Milka and Dev may be able to get.
I'm guessing combined they both hit double digits.
If they somehow hit single digit, I'm leaving the commentary booth. I'm being serious. That's just not possible,
doable.
man.
I feel like it's
I know it's doable, but I don't want it.
Possible.
Listen, I know it's doable. I don't want it to happen in match. Milka finding the first two 300 counts, so there goes the 100%.
It's again. That's only 2. That's only like 2. Okay.
2 off a lot.
This map, this is pure consistency. Like, pure consistency as in the way Do you like anchors and trills? Have you ever played the last week's Unicorn? If you have, and if you like it, well, this map is
This is the
definitely
map
up your
for
alley.
you.
If not, well, that's kind of a shame. You should have banned it when you had
Yep.
a chance.
Seems like both Miyuka and Dev is finding a few 300 count drop. It's gotten to the point that we can't even talk about the accuracy. We have to minusculely note about every single 300 count they may drop. The score is tied. The score is tied.
You're talking about each individual 300? Oh, there's one.
Yeah, there's another one. Ooh.
It's like bird spotting, you know.
It is bird spotting. We can't judge from accuracy just because these two are so good. We have to judge it from the amount of 300 count they may get. Both Miyuka and Dev still holding on to 99.99%. Dev did drop to 99.98 for now. So there goes Miyuka as well as we enter the first Ki section, also known as the first chorus. More 300 drop from Miyuka, making the score lead into the middle as close as possible now.
I feel like with a pick like this, like, you do kind of naturally drop a lot more beyond just when you do head to the Ki. More better kitchen moments, I know, but like usually gets a lot more accurate, a lot more trilly. But Miyuka, back up to 99.99.
Miyuka just go from a 99.97 all the way back to 99.99 again? Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't even be surprised if someone would be able to climb it back to 100% in a thing like this.
I don't want to see that. No. Not on this pick. Not on the last unicorn gimmick pick. Of all the things, this is... No.
Okay.
Just do it on
will
the contract, not this.
Will the anchor section catch him out? It is only 107 BPM, but it can still catch people out if they're not ready for the 1A snappings in between. I mean, not 1A, 1-4. No.
It's not facing them. It's not facing them. Oh my god.
Alright. We still have a quarter of the map left. Anything can still happen, even a Damn! No!
Damn, no! The first miss! Oh, Miyuka did choke on the... can I even call that a choke? On the quad.
That is heartbreaking to find a miss. Especially near the end as well. Yuuki just does not have any sign of stopping. Unless, of course, they perform the similar action themselves. But the ending quads and the ending bursts as well. Will Yuuki find a miss, or will they be able to run another victory lap through Dev?
99.99% still. They have dropped down to 99.98% multiple times, but they keep coming back into 99.99 as they ended off with another breakpoint.
So I guess we're playing everything like Core Jack now. Like that's cool. Like that's awesome. Okay, we were close. It was in total we have 105 300. That's something okay. That's something alright.
It's an okay score. It's to the point we can't say anything to any of these players' ratio. My
God.
goodness me.
Like these players are like A++, bro. A++ is better.
Yep,
A++
here
my
we
goat.
go into long note 3.
All right, here we are. The shortest, but yeah. Last LNs go through, the bell rings, and girls' last tour are going to be taking their victory 5-1. Very close scores as well from the Carne Asada. And like, here's the thing. Didn't I want to imagine next week's team in the losers bracket, and they're like, "Oh, it's only C28. It's not bad." Until you see their rice scores, where they're putting up, like, even their LN scores were really solid as well. Like, I don't even
It's
know.
solid. Why are they seats 28? Why is the World Cup team in seats 28? I don't